Hi, this is Kelly with Kelly's Magical Realm. And it's the first time in a while that I'm doing a reading again, so I'm really excited. So I have some cards pulled here. This is for the eclipse tonight. So the eclipse is happening in the sign of Aries tonight. If you're watching while I'm filming this now, it is May 29th. Or May. Oh my God. I wonder what's going to happen on that day. Why am I thinking of May? Well, just remember that date. Someone needed to hear that. So anyways, today's real date is March 29th, 2025. Yeah, I do that sometimes when there's an important date coming up. So it must be important to somebody. Anyways, I have some cards pulled for the reading, but also I have channeled messages from Spirit. So I'm going to go with the channeled messages, and you can look at the cards while I'm talking. But anyways, Spirit wanted me to recognize and talk about a little bit how we just had the spring equinox. So with that coming in too, we have the new beginnings and fertile energy and like rebalance, I heard too. But then with the eclipse too, we also have new timelines, growth and expansion. But also Spirit wanted me to say the equinox energy, powerful shift, alignment and balance and ground your energy. And then back to the eclipse. So expansion and communication. There might be trouble with communication at times. Just remember that. And then think of before you communicate, things are really speeding up so much that I actually started this video. Geez, I think I originally started writing stuff down sometime this week, but time is speeding up. I almost forgot about it, but I saw a sign from Spirit about the equinox reminding me to do this reading. Also, something to mention, old cycles are closing, which is funny that Spirit told me that, because then I saw signs of, in particular, cycles are closing for Capricorns and Libras. A tough 2-year cycle is ending. That's pretty cool because I am actually Capricorn Sun and Rising and Libra Moon. So I'm kind of like winning over here. I'm happy to hear this for once, you know. Anyways, old cycles closing, quantum leaps, like jumping forward big time. And I actually just heard that song Big Time by Peter Gabriel, so look that up if you're not familiar with it. Knocking on the door I saw, so business opportunities, new opportunities, again, big leaps into a new timeline, like catapulting. Spirit saying ascension energy, leveling up, I just heard. Spiritual communication is now easier than before. Leveling up again, it's funny. And blocks being removed. Learning new skills and spiritual development. Spirit just told me it's go time for everyone that feels drawn, especially spiritual wise. So it's really go time, stepping up, honoring your crafts, reaping the rewards of your harvest is coming up. So all the seeds that you've sown, it's time to reap those rewards. Okay. And then expect communication from unexpected people. It could also be because I believe we're having a hint of Mercury retrograde still in Venus. So that could be why. Don't take on a lot, okay? See this tea, this cup of tea? Think of patience, but also think of relaxing, reassessing, sitting down, strategizing, comfort. I'm seeing people just sitting down and relaxing. So really try to just sit back, take it easy, get rest, Spirit said, because, we have a lot of energies coming at us, so we have to really ground and, try to balance ourselves. And then, again, major changes, ascension energy, and also doors opening, karma being balanced is another thing I heard. So, and then karma being balanced, realigned, and then this one, reaping the fruit of your rewards, success, but I also heard recognition, you know. I heard recognition, being recognized for achievements. I'm just looking at that. I never noticed this before. See this? You know, it kind of reminds me of Archangel Raphael's with this too. What do you call that? What's the medical? The caduceus. Doesn't that remind you? So healing. It's almost like being sewn back together in a way. And then the broom stands for cleaning. Like clean your energy, your house, like freshen things up, you know, but it's really good, especially now, go through with sage, clean it, but also clean your body. I'm noticing, even for myself, I have to cleanse a lot more than usual. And then I pulled a few other cards. And this card is so beautiful. Sorry about the noise in the background. We've got a lot of weirdos around here, but anyways, so this one, this reminds me of the Three of Cups also, but Empress energy. So see creation, birth, maybe literal birth, but just creation, like really creating projects. Romance could be coming through, fertility, balance. And then this one, trust big time, you know, because a lot of people, I don't know, I feel like a lot of reaction from people when I say you're going to get achievements and stuff, people are having a hard time believing it. That's a spirit showing me, because, you know, we've had some tough cycles, but you have to believe, and you have to realize you're creating your own reality here. So that law of assumption I keep talking about on my channel would really kick in now. If you haven't seen those videos that I made, check those out, because really it's time to trust yourself, trust your path that you're on and that you're coming into, and that what you're going through, this spiritual ascension. And then cleansing again. Look, and it's funny that I have the cleansing right by the energy clearing card. So that's double confirmation here to really release the old, because you have new beginnings. So the only way for you to receive and reap those rewards is to cleanse your energy and then accept the new beginnings that are coming through. All right, so then we make room, and I pulled some angel cards here. Love the angel cards, they're so cute. Here's my favorite. It looks like birthday candles, doesn't this one? This 1111, it looks like little birthday candles. But this is reminding you that a lot of awakenings going on, ascension energies. So the universe, oh, I love this. This is kind of reaffirming this. This is also something that I saw people coming together, like soul families, you know, you meeting people in your tribe, your vibe tribe, you know, people who you're going to vibe with and click with, teaming up, spiritual alignments and collaborations, which are always great. And that'll help put you on your path more. And then number 16, I am perceptive. You know, we're all perceptive. Be inquisitive too, because that inquisitive part of you helps you to understand things better, and you can read other people, their feelings and things. And then 444 is another good one. I love this one. This is the protection cards. You got a lot of spiritual protection, and trust your journey. Again, we just heard that up here with this card. This card up here talked about trust, so you're getting that again. Trust the journey. Where do you need to be right now? And then the last card of the angel deck is talking about expanding, and I did mention that. Expansive energy, positive changes on the horizon, and you have to remember that you're worth it, you know? So we have to remember that. And I'm also hearing too is, what do you call it? Confidence. Have self-confidence and believing in yourself. So it's not just about believing in your path, it's believing in yourself. And then here we go. Here's that card. You are good enough. You are good enough. I like that card. It's like she kind of reminds me of in tarot, the high priestess. That's what she looks like. She's going within, and that's what we should be doing too. Because the next card talks about, and this is the Moonology deck, by the way, work through your fears. By you knowing and embracing the fact that you are enough, that will help you work through any fears, any doubts that you might have. Because remember, you're protected, so we shouldn't have those fears. And sometimes it's easier said than done. I've been there. But the more you tune in, the more you take time out, like I mentioned up here, and you rest, you're going to start remembering your soul's calling and who you are. And then I've got this card, which talks again, being bold, making the first move. You know, all these cards are aligning and going right together with each other, but just remember that. Be bold, make the first move. So any business ventures, any ideas you have or collaborations, make the first move, because that's how I just heard you're going to win. You're going to win new friends and colleagues. And then it's time to it's time to take action, right? Isn't that funny? And that's Aries too, because that's the eclipse too. Even though it says new moon in Aries, it looks like an eclipse to me. How funny is that? And the eclipse is in Aries. But anyways, take action. Be bold. Take action. All the cards are kind of saying the same thing. And then lastly, I pulled some angel cards. And I've got this one. This one reminds me of Mother Earth. It's Archangel Gressa. Create solid spiritual foundation. Be service to the planet. So this is a big push for the light workers, you know, those of us who aren't sure how to be of service or how we're going to do our services, or trying to, you know, put it all together. See that help that we're getting? We're getting help from above to help you think of ideas. And when you get the ideas, take action. You know, take action on the ideas and the intuitive hints that you're getting. Okay? Because it's time to step up. I mean, that's what all of 2025 is about. When I did my channeling, I think I did a big message on here, maybe the beginning of the year, and I kept hearing it. This is the year. This is the year that Spirit's putting light workers to service for the planet. This is the year. And by the way, my phone might die. If it does, I'm sorry, you know, if anything cuts off, but I'm actually almost done. I've only got 2 more cards. I'm going to wrap this up because my phone is low on battery. And then I got Archangel Mallory. Remember who you are. And again, take action when you're ready. Service. Be of service. Your soul's calling, I'm hearing right now when I look at the heart. Your soul's true calling, your true heart. It's opening, heart awakenings. Archangel Raguel, justice. Be fair in all situations and try to resolve your conflicts. But I'm hearing justice is coming as well. You know, we can only sometimes be so fair. Don't get stepped on. You know, do not be stepped on, because I'm getting that, you know, kind of in my own situation. I'll share a little bit of what's going on with me. I'm in a situation now where I just had to put in my notice because I was kind of being stepped on by where I live, because I've had leaks all around my window, like leaks, real leaks, water coming through. And then it looks like the roof, I believe, in my apartment, because I can still see water. They didn't check on that yet, but the wall, they had to take the wall out. Water all came through. I never saw anything like it. It all bubbled through really bad. I've been out without a wall in my apartment for over a month, you know, without the wall. But this has been going on more than that, maybe 2 months, you know. And at first, I kept getting excuses from my landlord, but I thought he was telling the truth. You know, he's like, oh, have somebody come out, okay, this and that. And then he only had somebody come out with ice. He never had anyone come back in to actually look like, where are these leaks coming from, because he still doesn't know. Keeps saying he'll do it. There's sheetrock in my hallway that's been out there for weeks, and it just doesn't seem to be getting done. So sometimes you just have to be bold and make a move and say, you know what, I'm going to move to somewhere where I'm going to be treated properly, where things will get done, and I won't be let on. I won't be taken advantage of. So just remember that sometimes, you know, things happen in life, and we have to take action. We can't just keep taking it because it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy, number one. I mean, think about it. You open up a wall where there was like water and stuff. Is there mold in there? And I'm breathing it in. Like, doesn't know this because he hasn't had anyone come out to check it. I mean, you know, but anyways, again, back to the cards. That's pretty much a wrap on the eclipse energy. And I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night.